Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, and now continuing my horror movie reviews. Now I'm gonna review Friday the 13th. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm not like talking best and I'm not like listing like everything like I usually do. I'm just kind of tired right now. So yeah, I just want to get this review out of the way. So yeah. Alright, so yeah, this movie, I don't think it's like that great. I think it's a good movie, but just I think it's kind of overrated. Yeah, because I don't think it's like really great or so anything like that. Yeah. Yeah, as most of you may know, this was sort of a rip off of Halloween, as far as being a slasher flick goes. And as well, that's pretty much all you know. Friday the 13th, it's about Jason Voorhees going around killing people. However, in this one, the very first one, Jason's mother's the killer in this movie. Yeah. But for most of this movie, you don't actually see her. She doesn't come until like the last half hour in the movie or something like that. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, let me just get into this review. Alright. So the movie starts at Camp Crystal Lake in 1958. We see a couple like having sex or something. And then we see the view of Jason's mother. Yeah, we just see what she sees for majority of this movie. We don't actually see her. Yeah. And then she kills the couple having sex. Then it cuts to Friday the 13th of the quote-unquote present day, where a girl named Annie, who we find out is supposed to be the cook at Camp Crystal Lake, she's looking for directions for Camp Crystal Lake, and then she goes to some kind of bar or something, and the guy tells her that he'll give her a ride about to the halfway point. And as they leave, there's some guy named Ralph is that's warning Annie that the counselors are doomed, and the guy taking her is just telling Ralph to leave. And as he's driving Annie, he tells her about the stuff that happened about the couple being killed and boy drowning, who was Jason. And he just tells her that she should quit the job. And then he drops her off at like a halfway point or something. Then we see three other kids, Jack, his girlfriend Marcy, and Jack's best friend Ned, and they're driving along, and then they arrive at the camp. Yeah, and then they meet like the head of the camp or whatever, Steve, and his ex-girlfriend Alice, and also a girl named Brenda, and they're just around. And then Steve goes off and he tells everyone that to tell Hallie, sorry, not Hallie, sorry, Annie, yeah, that when she gets there to start cooking or whatever. Then we see Annie still walking over to Camp Crystal Lake, and then she comes by Jason's mother in a Jeep. We don't see Jason's mother once again, and Annie gets in the car, and Jason's mother just drives by Camp Crystal Lake, and she doesn't stop. And Annie is just telling her to stop, and then Annie just jumps out of the Jeep, and she just makes a run for it. Then Jason's mother goes to follow her, and then when she pins out like up against the tree or something, Annie, sorry, God, yeah, I'm just so tired right now I can't even say the names. And then she slices Annie's throat and kills her. Yeah, and then we see like Jack, Ned, Marcy, Bill, Brenda. Yeah, they're just like hanging by the lake or something. And then like Ned pretends to drown or something. And then he's giving mouth to mouth just so he can kiss one of the girls. And then we see Alice in one of the cabins, and she sees a snake in there, and then all the other counselors go to help kill the snake, and then they just chop it up. Yeah. And then, for like most of the movie, right here we just see like the counselors doing just random things. And then a cop comes and says he's looking for a guy named Ralph, and the counselors tell the cop that there's no one named Ralph. And then they open up a closet, and Ralph, who was the guy who was telling Annie to quit, or warning the counselors or whatever, yeah. He was there and warning the counselors about what's going on there. And then that night, what's their names, Annie, Bill, and Brenda play a game of Strip Monopoly, where the rules of the game were if you landed on a thing that someone purchased, you need to take something off. And then, at the same time, Jack and Marcy, is that her name, Marcy? Yeah. Jack and Marcy are having sex, and then as we see them, they're on a bunk bed. They're at the bottom bunk, and on the top bunk we see that there's another guy killed on the top bunk. Yeah, and then uh, Brenda, Bill, and Alice, they can't finish their game of Strip Monopoly. They have to leave. And then Marcy told Jack that she needed to use the bathroom. Yeah. And then, yeah, and after Marcy leaves the cabin later, then Jack gets killed. When Jason's mother was like under the bed, she pierced him like through his body or something. I can't remember if it was his chest or his throat. Yeah. And then, while Marcy was using the bathroom, she like he heard something thing, and then Marcy went. Then Marcy was in the outhouse, and yeah, then Jason's mother killed her with an axe to the face. Oh. Then we saw Steve at a diner. The thing said that he needed to get back, and when he arrived back, he saw there was some lights around. Then he saw Jason's mother, asked what she was doing there, and then she just killed him like that. Yeah. And then, and Bill and Alice are then searching around the camp. And yeah, and then later on, Bill told Alice that she should return to the cabin. Then Bill was alone, and then Alice later on found Bill dead. That he was just like pierced through a door or something. Yeah. And then, yeah, Alice was just freaking out, and then we finally saw Jason's mother. Or we actually saw her head. And she went in to check the place. She saw that there were dead people around. Yeah. And then she was telling Alice the story of Jason, and saying that the counselors weren't paying any attention and just making love when he drowned. And then she saw like flashbacks of Jason in the water drowning. Then she told Alice, she said, "You weren't paying any attention to him. You let him drown in the lake. Now, and look what you did to him. Look what you did to him." And then she was just trying to chase and kill Alice. Yep. When Alice went into I guess it was Jason's mother's car, she saw Annie's dead body. And then, yeah, it got physical, and Jason's mother and Alice were in a fight. Yep. Yeah. Oh, and while Alice was trying to hide in a closet or something, Jason's mother opened the door. Alice hit Jason's mother with a frying pan and took her out. Yeah. We saw like blood, probably from the back of her head. Yeah, but then she got back up. Up while Alice was like in a canoe or something. And they, yeah, Alice blocked a shot with the machete, with an oar. Yeah, yeah, and then Jason's mother pinned Alice down, and then Alice was able to push her off, and then Alice grabbed the machete, and then just chopped off Jason's mother's head and killed her. Then Alice, sorry, just, yeah, she went in a canoe and just went on the lake. And then the next morning we saw a police car, and as Alice was in a canoe, Jason then rose from the lake and pulled Alice into the water. Then Alice woke up in the hospital. I said Annie again, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just tired right now. And a cop told Alice that he found her in the water. She asked if they saw Jason too, and he said no. And then Alice just said he's still there. And then we just saw the lake. And that's how it ended. Yeah, so yeah, I give this movie 3 stars out of 4. Alright, yeah, I'm sorry about, like, screwing up and stuff in this review. Yeah, like I said, I'm just kind of tired right now. Alright, so yeah, that's it for my Friday the 13th review. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.